Let's go. It's time, baby. It's time.
Just go straight in, straight to the top table.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cody Momarks. For simplicity, I go by Big Mo. I'll be serving as your in-ring announcer Saturday evening, but tonight I'll be mediating this press conference as well as the weigh-ins that will be coming at the conclusion of this press conference. Well, we're here. After multiple years in the making, stemming from a rivalry that goes back even longer, we finally see these two gentlemen, to my left and to my right, settle their beef disagreements inside a boxing ring. Saturday, March 19th, live from the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Stadium, we will see Hafthor, the Mountain Bjornsson, squaring off against Eddie, the Beast Hall, for the biggest, the heaviest, the strongest boxing match in human history. We're going to be taking questions for this press conference from those from the press that have joined us here in person, as well as those members of the press that have joined us virtually via Zoom. We'll begin first with the questions from the press. Before we get to that, Hafthor, Eddie, we request, per the venue, that you stay respectful. Please limit cursing and swearing, and ultimately we will allow you to settle that inside the ring on Saturday. Before we start taking questions, we're going to allow both these gentlemen, who are joined as well by their coaches. Hafthor is joined by his coach, Billy Nelson, and Eddie is joined by his coach, Lyndon Newman. We're first going to allow Hafthor, I'll allow you to go first. Any opening comments?
I would like to thank everyone, especially my team here on the right-hand side, for coming and supporting me. I love you guys are amazing. And everyone else that came out here to show the even support. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'm excited, I'm ready, and I cannot wait for Saturday.
Mr. Hall, same to you. Opening comments, sir.
What was that, sorry?
Any opening comments?
I was thought actually turned up. It's still waxing his vagina. So that's what I need to turn on me. No opening comments, let's just get this done. I want to go and chill and get some sunbathing done today.
What are your opinions on the sparring footage that you've seen of Eddie?
I'm going to try to keep this professional and respectful. He has a sword next to him. So
Thank you, I appreciate that.
it is where it is. I wasn't super impressed, to be honest. That's it.
Questions from the press here? Anyone here?
From Boohoo Man. How are you feeling going into the fight? Any concerns?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. No concerns at all. I've got all my prep down. No stone unturned from me. As I say, I'm not going to sit here and make a single excuse. Win, draw, or lose, whatever happens, I'm going to give it my all. My prep has been phenomenal. Like I did for World's Strongest Man, I gave 100% to this. As I say, I had to tap the bicep, but honestly, it was a little blip in my training. It was like having the shits for a week, and I was back training the week after. So there's going to be no excuses from my behalf. It's going to be a win, in my opinion, and put a lot to fall.
Question for Beast Foods. What are your fight predictions? Gentlemen, any first?
What are the fight predictions?
What are your fight predictions? The rest of both, but
Okay.
easily.
Well, I mean, obviously, I think I'm going to win. In all honesty, I'm pretty certain it's going to end very quickly. But I am prepared to go to 6 rounds if needs be. I have been doing 10 rounds in boxing with professional fighters, and holding my own is what I will say. I'm not going to shame anybody. I've been holding my own with some good professional boxers.
Lord?
I'm going to outbox him. I'm going to show people my technique, my skills. And simply just outboxing. I don't care if it's a finish, knockout, if it's corner throws in the towel, or if you go with the 6 rounds, I'll win.
We have another question from the Daily Mirror. They're asking Eddie how you feel with the illness and the weight loss. You mentioned it earlier, but is it affecting you anymore going into this fight?
No, I would say 3 weeks ago, this will probably be a surprise for a lot of people, and again, it's not an excuse. I came down with COVID 3 weeks ago, and you can hear it on the chest now, and I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm coming into this fight all guns blazing. So if I lose this fight, it won't be used as an excuse. So, what's the word? What's the right fucking word?
Opinion?
No, I was going to say something nasty, but it's the same as something to you. No, I'm just confident. That's what I'll say.
To Thor, next, from the Daily Mirror. They're asking if you feel that you'll be able to put this rivalry behind you and shake hands with Eddie when the fight concludes, regardless of how it ends.
It's funny how people keep mentioning shaking hands. I'm going to go deeper into that, but yes, I will. I will shake his hand and I will move on.
Can I just add to that?
Yeah,
Thor?
send you.
Thor, what you did to me in 2017, I forgive you. This is it. I'm gonna, whatever happens on Saturday, I forgive you. Okay? So there's no need for an apology. You stepping in the ring with me is your apology, so thanks for apologising. I forgive you.
God, you want to answer that? He's accepted your apology? No. I've got one. Obviously, that's a lovely belt on the table there. It's a question for both Andrew McCart, IFL TV. Lovely belt on the table there. Have you stopped beyond this fight? Is this a one-off fight for the two of you? That's it done, or you ever thought about having maybe another one?
I might do more. I'm actually enjoying this boxing journey, and I'm really seeing some progress, and so I might, if the opportunity is there. Obviously, I'm just focused on Eddie right now, but after the match, I might look into other opportunities. We'll see.
Well, I thought we were going to have a rematch, but Thor has been asked to do a rematch and he's ducked the question several times. So it looks like there's going to be no rematch after this. I was willing to do one. But yeah, there's a talks for another fight for myself in July. I'm not going to name names. The promoter can do that for himself, but it's going to be another big fight. So there's going to be another big fight in July. I've already one lined up.
No rematch clause in the contract now?
I don't think there is, but he's too pussy to do it.
I think actually there is a rematch clause in the contract, and if he wants the rematch, sure, I'll knock him out twice.
Well, okay, you ducked the question several times, but you're talking the balls now.
If you want the rematch, I'll knock you out twice, no problem.
I would love a rematch for, but I don't think you're worth it, mate. You won't want a rematch, let's put it that way.
Yes.
I was watching the documentary of you two in the strongman days, and it looked like there was quite a bit of mutual respect between the two of you. You would embrace after competitions. How did it get to this point where there's genuine bitterness between you? And did you ever think back in those days that it could get to this point where you feel like this to each other?
Before World's Strongest Man 2017, me and Thor were good friends, and then something happened. I let Thor tell the story.
I think everyone can search what happens. It's everywhere on his social media. There's no need to explain that here. The people here have heard it. Most of you guys watching have heard it. And it's a one-sided documentary that he made with his team. Only posted on his social media. I'm not going to go into details. Yes, he goes into details there with the Viking press, which wasn't the issue there. The biggest issue was the friendship between him and Colin Bryce, and the way Colin Bryce allowed him to pick evens for that show, the way Colin decided to change even last minute. If you look back in 2017. You can clearly see in the heats, there was a loading race and a drag. And Eddie Hall does quite poorly in that event. Of course, he's made his best buddy, Colin Bryce, gonna do some favors, and he changes one of the events in the finals. He takes out the dragging event because Eddie did so poorly in that event. He almost placed last in the qualifiers. If that would have been in the finals, he would have definitely placed last in that event, which would have mean there's no way of him winning. This is just one example. I can go into further details, but
Okay.
I won't.
I want to hear it. Any more bullshit? Come on. Can I just say, Paul, you're the strongest man 5 weeks before, tie flip and drag, he came second. I'd have beat everyone. I'd have come probably another 2 places if you put the drag in. And I'm so glad you've come out and publicly said something for something. You've actually just publicly slandered me and Colin Bryce. So our lawyers will now be in touch.
If people are
Public slander. We set up events. Wow, that's a big one.
You guys come ahead, sure.
My lawyers will be in touch, mate. Don't you worry. This private one is
I
going to
have
get
a lot
it's gonna
in
get
my
pulled a bit.
bet. I have a lot in my bet.
You had what?
I have a lot. I can actually show stuff.
You have a lot of what? Show it. Show it. What a pussy thing to say. I've got 5 years. If you had any proof, you'd show it. You lying little boy. My lawyers will be in touch for and Collins. Slander. Setting up events for you to win. What a slanderous thing
You've
to
been
say.
lying for the past 5 years, Eddie, and everyone knows it. Everyone.
Your $1 million is going to get paid to me for slander. So thanks for publicly saying that. Well done.
You're weak.
You're poor.
We've got another question via Zoom. Obviously, we've been bringing up both of your previous World's Strongest Man events and various strongman efforts. We're joined here by a lot of your fellow competitors, and they're going to be ringside. You've gotten a lot of support from that community. Question for both of you. How has the strongman community been involved with this? Are you excited to fight in front of them?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think the majority of the strongman community is behind me. I can openly say that. Everyone's seen Thor's behaviour at World's Strongest Man. All the competitors have seen his behaviour at World's Strongest Man in 2017, and we've seen more behaviour in 2018 of it in sport, unsportsmanship behaviour. He doesn't belong in sport. He's not a sportsman. He doesn't respect any other athlete. So I think the majority of the strongmen are behind me for that reason, just because you're a bad sportsman.
I want to bring the 2 coaches in. Obviously, boxing men will bring us back to boxing. Billy Nelson, I know you quite well. I don't know you very well, sir. Please forgive me, but we know, Billy, you've been in the sport long enough, I'm sure you have as well, that when 2 fighters have this animosity between each other, after a fight, there's always that respect. They do always embrace, they always shake hands. Do you believe that your 2 fighters will, at the end of this 6 rounds, if it goes to 6 rounds, embrace, shake hands properly? Because a fight can change a man's mentality once you share a ring with a man, especially in front of people as well. Billy?
Well, I mean, you'd like to think that at the end of the fight, we will be sportsmen, and I will shake Lyndon's hand, I will shake Eddie's hand, and I'm sure Thor will shake Eddie's hand. There's a lot of issues here. I mean, I didn't know who either men were last year, but when it comes to this fight, I can put my hand in my heart and say I've trained many champions, and in the short space that I've trained Thor, he's improved as much as any professional that I've ever trained. And I can open my head and look you straight in the eye and say, you're in a world of trouble tonight on Saturday. A world of trouble.
Can I speak on your behalf, Lyndon? Billy Nelson, well done for whoever you've trained in the past. Congratulations. I think what you've done with Thor is the old donkey and the racehorse story. Because what you've done is you put a donkey in with racehorses, and what happens is that donkey spends all this time with good racehorses, and over time he thinks he's a racehorse. He's in that field, he's eating with them, he's training with them, he thinks he's a racehorse. But come race day, he's still a fucking donkey.
Well, here's what I'd like you to answer me, right? I know you said the other day you've been sparring professional boxers. I know who you've been sparring, because people that you've been sparring with, you've asked my friend for these people to come down and spar with you. Name two professionals that you claim that you got the better of.
I'm not here to shame anyone. They can come and speak for themselves. I'm not about putting people down and saying I beat anyone. Sparring and fighting are two different things. But I can tell you, Lyndon, let's just shake your head on that, mate. I put some boxers to shame. I'm not going to name names because that's wrong. You don't shame boxers publicly.
I find that hard to believe, I do, genuinely.
Good. I'm glad you do, because you both like joking yourself.
No, I'm not joking, I know what I'm talking about. There's nobody in this room more experienced than me in boxing.
Okay. Keep training your donkey.
Donkeys don't get WBO world title belts, mate.
A donkey's still a donkey, mate. A spade's still a spade.
I'm afraid this donkey's going to get put down on Saturday.
Yeah, your donkey is going to get put down on Saturday.
You donkey.
Fucking plonker.
You're the donkey.
Oh, God.
Coach Newman, any remarks from you, sir?
The original question, sorry, back to the original question. I would hope that they could both be sportsmen and shake hands after. I know that Eddie will, I hope the Thor.
Too nice.
So we got another question here for the coaches, again, to both of you. Warming up for this camp, getting ready for this fight, was there any focus in specific with each of your respective fighters that you were really trying to focus on? Any area of their game? Not necessarily trying to get game plan or what you're looking to do in this fight, but anything you were surprised with or working on?
I mean, the obvious thing will be the height and reach, perhaps a height advantage. So we've worked on, just closing that down. So that's been some of the focus on our training.
We've basically been working on technique, using a great jab, without giving away the game plan. We've worked on most things, and the best Eddie Holland turns up on Saturday. That's who we were hoping turns up on Saturday. Because they're going to get the best, the very best of Arthur Bjornsson.
Billy, you say you know boxers. I know more boxers than you, I think, in the circuit.
How can you say that?
Shut up.
How can you say that?
And everyone that's been up to Force Gym, I've got feedback, and all you're doing is throwing a jab in a backhand. Keep throwing that jab, boom, backhand. Honestly, mate, that's the game plan. I've seen it in the last 3 fights, and I've heard it from all the people that have been up to your gym. So, you're talking about your donkey all day.
I'm glad
Still a donkey.
I'm glad you believe that.
No, I do believe that.
Well,
I've heard it.
you'll see.
I've heard it from their mouths.
You will see.
Okay.
You will see.
Okay.
I've got a daughter that's got better technique than you.
It's not about technique, mate. This is a fight. This is me.
Of course, it's about technique. That's your downfall.
You've
That's
taught
what's
him
going to
to
let
be.
you down.
No, I'm not
That's what's going to
angry.
let. That's why you don't understand
You've
boxing.
taught him to box. He's not going to have a boxing career.
He'll box
He's
you. He'll fight you. He'll do anything he wants to do with you.
We'll see. We'll see.
He'll turn you
Your
upside
donkey's
down.
going to fall on his arse.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, mate.
There's only one way out. This Eddie. You're going down, mate.
Yeah, okay, mate.
And by the way, I don't like disrespecting you, and I try not to. I respect you for what you've done in your sport. You're an athlete as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
But Saturday night is our night, I'm afraid.
Okay, mate.
Lads, I've had the pleasure of speaking with you both quite a lot recently. Thank you to you both, and good luck to you both. This is a boxing match, ultimately, and there is going to be a referee there. So, if you are separated, and therefore this fight is prolonged to the extent that you can't just knock one another out in a brawl, as you'd both like to, you both claim that the other man is cardiovascularly unfit. Thor, you've called Eddie fat. Eddie, you told me that Thor looks ill. Who is right? Who is actually fitter? And who's got the most stamina? Because I'm confused.
You can ask my wife about stamina. I'll tell you. Speak up, babe. I've got my stamina. Out of 10. She just put 10 hands up. So.
Thor?
Well, we see on Saturday, he likes to talk, brag. I mean, brag about his sex life next to his son. disgusting. What do you see on Saturday?
I was talking about wrestling. What were you on about? What do you think they were on about, Max? One about wrestling?
Yeah.
Obviously, training in a gym or some of the exhibitions that you had were during the COVID time. Are you guys excited to fight in front of a live audience? Do you think that it's going to affect you adversely in any way?
I fought in front of audiences. As I say, we're just on closed doors. I've not been an idiot and showed my fighting skills because I'm not that stupid. But yeah, fighting in front of the crowd is good fun. And I'm looking forward to Saturday. It's going to be a full arena, loads of Irish there, the Irish Paddy Power. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. I'm going to have a great time.
With the crowd, with our crowd, doesn't matter. I'm going to perform anyway. I've competed before with the crowd, and you know, these people here, they motivate me to do even better. So if there's anything, I'm going to perform better with these guys here.
Can I get a clap? Yeah, but the clapping's only coming from your side, you sad bastards.
All right, we got another question here. Asking if you two can control yourselves for the next couple days, especially because coming up, we're gonna have a face-off. We're gonna weigh in, you guys will get face-to-face with a respectful distance, as a request, please. After that face-off, are you guys gonna be able to hold it together for a couple days until the bell rings Saturday night?
Hey man, as long as those lines are drawn and we stand on those lines and we can do the face-off with respect, we can just walk away, say I'm going to come back and relax, sunbathe, and I'll just be chilling until the fight. If he crosses that line, as he well knows the other day, we'll have it out on the street if he wants to. Say I don't care about the money, put the money in the bin. If he wants to fight, I'll fight anywhere, anytime.
I'll take the money.
Yeah, give it the money I win, man. Prove it. Don't just talk shit.
Well, at least I'm willing to do it. Someone's not confident enough to put money on the line.
Day, you were the one that lost it. You were the one spitting at me and hitting doors and whatever, you know.
Well, you got in the face and then you shot yourself. No one was holding you back.
I shot myself?
Yeah, you wouldn't come outside.
Okay,
you shot yourself.
Okay, you say whatever you want to say.
Video footage is there.
Okay,
you shot yourself.
Okay,
I was stood outside waiting for you. And you were stood there going, come on then, pussy.
How many backward steps did you take? If you want to fight me, step forward.
Yeah, I stepped outside. You didn't follow me because you're a pussy.
Forward.
I'll step forward, mate. If you want to fucking go right now, I'll step up and fucking do it.
You want to go now?
You want to go now?
John,
I don't give a fuck about the money. Pussy. Stepping back. No one's holding you back. Hey, stop holding me back. Stop holding me back. Stop holding me back. You fucking fatty. Fucking vagina. Fuck you. Fuck you fake fuck. Look at you, you scared little boy. You scared little boy. You're a child.
Gentlemen, please.
You're a child. You're saying, hey, let's fight now.
Yeah, because I don't care. You're talking the hard one.
You're fucking son now. You're fucking
You're a typical bully. Your whole life. Your whole life. Look at you.
Please.
Families are here.
Your whole life, everyone's scared of you. But as soon as someone stands up to you, you shit yourself.
Oh, yeah, okay. You're pathetic. You're pathetic.
We'll settle
Oh,
it
let's
right.
fight now. With your son, you fucking idiot. My son doesn't care. He thinks you're a fucking nonner. Tell me.
Quiet your mum down as well.
Show some respect, you fucking
Don't
idiot.
ever fucking talk to my mom, you fucking asshole. I'll knock you out.
What?
Stop that. You fucking control your fight there. Don't talk to my fucking mom. Never.
Fuck. بس توقف حاجز بيناتهم توقف حاجز بيناتهم
Right, I think this interview's over because Paul can't control himself. I'll see you Saturday. See you Saturday, mate. I'll see you Saturday. I'll see you in the weigh-in if you're willing to turn up and not lose your temper.
Okay, the face-off just finished. I thought it went well throughout the entire face-off until the end. I lost my temper a bit. He was disrespecting my family, my mom, and you know, this shows what kind of human he is. Disrespecting another man's mom, you don't do that. But nothing what he does surprises me. I lost my temper. It is what it is. He got into my head. He probably knew, mentioning my dad and mom and just talking shit like he does was gonna get to me. I went into this press conference, in my opinion, strong-headed. I felt strong, felt good, felt ready, and kept my cool throughout the whole press conference. I thought that he was actually behaving like an idiot from the start until the finish, swearing and just being rude next to his son and being just, I don't know, I don't want to go into details, but like, I would never behave like that next to my son. That's a fact. My son didn't come there, and I would not have brought him. Anyways, guys, it is what it is. Gonna change clothes now. The weigh-ins, the weigh-ins and the face-off begins in a little bit. I feel good, feel ready. I mean, what's there to be ready about? Just weigh-in and a face-off. So I'm gonna do that. Come back to my room, relax, enjoy some hot and cold and some sauna with my mates tonight. And then we go to sleep. Tomorrow I'm gonna enjoy the day with my family, just a whole day relaxation, just with my family. So I won't film that day. I'm just gonna enjoy the day, the whole day with my family, nothing else. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching the video. I appreciate you guys showing the support and love like you always do. Thank you so much, guys. All the best. Take care. Press conference finished. Now we are about to go to the weigh-ins. Feel good, feel calm, feel relaxed. Even though the press conference didn't go like planned, you know, I have to admit I lost my cool a bit in the end, but it is what it is, you know. It's I think most men would have done the same thing. If someone mentions your mom, shows your mom with disrespect. But now, I'm just gonna go focused, do the weigh-in, face off, and out of there. Not gonna say a word. He might try to say something, you know, he might try to, you know, bring my family again, because that's just what kind of human he is. I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm focused.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Oh.
That poor table. Is his knee okay after that? Huh? Is his knee okay after that?